I am so lucky, and I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my core. I never, ever have my eye off of the ball and how lucky I am. But there's so many people out there in the content creator space that I feel like they just think that they like deserve this, all of this, and like, oh, it's just like normal. It's so abnormal being able to game and hang out with you guys and chat and have like this fun time every day. I'm so fucking blessed. But the only reason, or not the only reason, but one of the main reasons is because when I was younger, you know, I worked in the I worked at like stuff like this. Like I worked on the ConocoPhillips Sermont 2 project. So like I worked in the oil sands. Like I can probably find my building. Oh no, you can't see my building. My building would have been over here because we had to come through here. Or no, my building would have been this way, sorry. My building would have been this way because we had to come up the road this way to go to this building. This is like one of the big contractors had like a bunch of shit in here and we always had to go to this building. I guess I would have been this way. But anyways, all of this stuff is like oil processing and like pipeline stuff, and all the different companies and trades working here would send me these big binders. Like I don't know if I can find a picture of it. Okay. This is like the easiest like visualization. So I had libraries of documents in these turnover binders. So like this shelf would be, for example, all the paperwork and testing for this building, like this or this thing, or all of the pipeline in here, all of these gauges, everything was tested, all the hydro tests, all the welding tests, electrical inspections. It would all go in a binder, and it would be thousands of these binders, and I had to make sure that every test, everything was done and completed and signed by all the engineers, and that was my job. So that if something went wrong here, we knew that the hydro tests were done, the electrical was done, the welding joints were done, we know everything is done safely, so something else went wrong, or no one tested the hydro, no one tested the electrical. The reason that the pump isn't working is because the electrical's and so I had to make sure all of the tests were done. I did that up north, and it was pretty boring work. But before this, I did, I put the actual pipe in the ground. So where we were, it wasn't above ground like this. It was under the ground because it was in a swampy area. So bro, this could literally be a picture of me. I was one of the people that would help the engineer here and like kind of manage the project, I guess you could say. They just had this like sling, like this sling that would go around it, and this machine would drive along it, and I would be out there in -40 weather all day putting this pipe in the ground, and the sling would just like slowly like drag it in there. And then if there was really rocky areas, we'd have to wrap the thing in rock guard and like make sure it wasn't going to rub against the rocks and get damaged. And I did that for months and months and months in the middle of winter, -40 degrees some days with the wind chill. And we were out there doing it, and it sucked. And then, yeah, in the summer when it warmed up, that's when I got moved to the other stuff. But shitty job, like so shitty, but that's how I paid for, you know, my son. Like, when I found out I was going to be a dad, I went up north. I did that for years to make money so that I could, you know, put my son in hockey. The only good thing about the cold was you could at least, like, bundle up against it. I would hate doing that work in the middle of summer as well because you can't escape the heat. At least you can bundle up against the cold. And now you play gacha games, right?